Around 20, he said. And they are waiting for us? Yeah, he said they're waiting for something, but it has to be us. There is no real inviting for such small numbers, but it's the right number for an ambush on a small group like ours. Besides, they appeared at just the right time. If we had continued as planned, we would have run into them already. Right, but how? That was a secret mission. Almost no one knew about it. So that means someone has been leaking information. But who? As Simon said, almost no one outside the Templar themselves were told of this. And there were no one taken in from the outside who could have acted as spies. Spies. This changes the situation. We no longer have any time to waste. The fort is small, sir. Do we just leave it alone? We leave tomorrow. It's important that the capital is informed of this. If we need it, we will then return. Simon's eyes look troubled. I've always admired his ability to always stay strong and make the right choices without a moment's hesitation, but we are so far away. If you go back, then it would take days both there and back. What happened in the meantime? Thank you for the hard work, Lena. I will prepare for the journey. Get some rest for now. Right. Sorry, bro, I am staying. Simon leaves behind, but even though I know he means well, I just can't get myself just relax and wait. Besides, I think he's underestimating my condition. Restlessly, I look down the street, wondering what to do with myself. Main Street. I stand in Main Street, looking up at the sky. Grey skies are creeping past above, blocking out the last rays of sunlight, and the air feels heavy. Standing there, I notice Tobias approaching me. Did you talk to Simon? Yeah, we're leaving tomorrow. He nods. You'll get reinforcements. He will get reinforcements. Most likely. I don't feel like talking about this again, and it's not like I can expect Tobias to agree with anything I have to say. I can't let you do that. I just look at him without knowing what to say to that. Won't let us? You can't leave this place with the intention of bringing the war here. Then what would you do? Fight the intruders yourself? If we have to. You really want to stop us? Yes. I see. We fall silent, then as nothing more is said, Tobias just turns around and leaves. I can feel the cool touch as the first tiny droplets of water fall on my face from the grey sky above. I'm not moving anywhere, sorry. That's my decision. Lena, did you manage to find Aaron? Yeah, he told me he had already seen the soldiers and their approximate number. I see, so he helped you after all? Aaron looks almost disappointed. Then what? Are you leaving? Yeah, tomorrow. No, you are not leaving! You'll come back here with more soldiers, won't you? Huh? Since the enemy was spotted here, you're going to get more soldiers and find them off? Well, most likely. Although it is not certain that I'll be one of them. I guess it was to expect that. We can't escape, even up here. Erin's expression gets turned dark. There is a small smile on her lips, but it doesn't look sincere at all. They are never going to leave us alone. But this is for your best. If we beat the enemy, then there won't be any need for you to run and hide anymore. If only Tobias would be willing to help, I could stay and... Enemy? I'm shocked as Erin's loud, clear voice cuts through the air, and my words straight off. Her eyes, I have never seen her like this before. Don't say that, we are just running away. But you are. Why else would all be hiding up here? Running away solves nothing. We can't just ignore the problem. So what? I should pick up sword and fight your enemy like doo-doo? You don't even know what the problem is. How can you say that? Open your eyes, Lena. Please realize what we are doing. You can't bring them here. For a moment, the two of us are just looking each other in the eyes, in silence. Erin's expression is a mix of anger and plea. I shake my head. I'm going to do whatever I had to. You must understand that. With that, I turn around on my heel and leave the place without looking back. Erin doesn't call out for me. God damn it. I need a choice here, because my choice is to stay. The soldiers and their apparent plans to ambush us are still bothering me. I cannot help but worry over how they have managed to find out exactly what way we are going. Someone must have told them. Told them what? Gavin is standing behind me. He looks relaxed as always despite of everything going on. You were talking to yourself. Looks serious. I guess you have a lot to think about. What are you and Simon going to do now? We are leaving tomorrow. I see. I guess that was to be expected. What's with that look? How did they know we were here? How could they possibly? I don't know. I must admit though that it is quite a coincidence. Usually we see no other humans appear in the mountains, and now both you and those soldiers appear out of nowhere. What do you mean, those soldiers? Aren't you one of them? Isn't it just strange to find you here? As far as I know, you haven't lived in this town for very long either. Lena, this has nothing to do with me. Why should I believe that? How else could they know? You think I would just stay here and let you find me if that were the case? Who knows? After all, you didn't know who I was when we first met either. Fine, believe what will. It's obvious that you are not going to listen to anyone. What? Run along and fight for whatever it is you believe is right. I don't... Stop myself before I can finish that sentence. I don't know what I believe anymore. Where did that come from? Angry at both myself and Gavin, I just shake my head. All that happened to bring us here. The ones who had to die. I don't even know why it all had to happen anymore. Then why else would you be here? Don't mess around with me. Why are you here? Why don't you come back when you can answer that question yourself? The one messing around with you isn't me. Huh? Not having an immediate answer, I just stare angrily back at him. He just stands there without moving his eyes away himself, as if daring me. Forget it, don't know why I even tried to talk to you. I turn around and leave without waiting for an answer. Night is falling, but I don't feel like going back to the cabin. I'm not even sure exactly how I feel. Something inside me is conflicted. I stand still in the drizzling rain, darkness falling around, recalling the cold voice of Gavin as he answered to my accusations, and then the voice of Tobias. You are exactly what everyone here is trying to get away from. Suddenly Aaron appears out of the dark near me, as if materializing out of nowhere. You are troubled. One more who came just to tell me how wrong I am. I don't turn to look at him, just keep staring to nothingness while clenching my fists. They are all just running away. Aaron tilts his head slightly, watching me silently as if trying to figure out what made me make that outburst. They run into the mountains, hiding from my problems, and then they blame me. I snap my mouth shut, as if I stung by guilt with the realization that I said too much. No, it's not me, it's everyone else. Everyone on the outside. How can I be so selfish as to whine about them making out their anger at me? That's not important after all, is it? For a moment he just watches me in silence. My frustration doesn't seem to bother him the slightest, which only irritates me even more. But then he opens his mouth. Running away? Is that how you say it? I finally turn around and look around the eyes, unable to keep my composure any longer. Of course, what else are they doing here in no man's land? The world is falling apart, but they just turn their backs to it all. They don't even try to fight for what is right, they don't even choose a side. All they do is turn a blind eye and hope for someone else to take care of the problem, so they can live in peace. So, they are all selfish? Aaron turns his gaze away, thinking about my words. It's hard to tell what is on his mind, but he seems awfully calm and collected about the matter compared to me. Maybe they're not running away. Maybe to them this, too, is a way of taking action. What do you mean? Everything is not black and white. There are more than two sides of a matter. These people have come a long way in order to fight for what they believe in, against all odds. Instead of hiding behind beliefs that they cannot sympathize with, they create their own path after enduring many hardships. It is a difficult decision, one that should not be taken lightly. I find myself at a loss of words. He says this with a calm but firm voice, not showing affection for neither them or me, just stating things as they are. It makes me realize that he too sees the world from an entirely different perspective, different from me, from my enemy, from the villagers, and I wonder for how long he has watched the villagers from afar, seeing how they have struggled while trying to build A new life here. A new life. Huh. So they're fighting too, is what you're saying. Not everyone can fight with a sword. I can't help but smile bitterly. This is also different from the way I was taught to live my life. So wrong. Leaving your past and your roots behind, maybe even betraying your homeland and your beliefs. Could I really be wrong this time? Could it be that this is something different from all that? Without knowing why, I suddenly recall Erin's face, the young girl walking in the inn with her sister, always smiling. Is she a coward too? Why? Why? With only a few standards you have managed to make me doubt myself this much. Aaron looks at me again with a slightly puzzled expression. Is that so? If that is all it took to make you change your mind, then maybe somewhere you already knew the answer to begin with. I shake my head slowly, smiling faintly again. No, I never knew. Staying in the rain is good for a frail human. You should seek shelter. Yeah, I'll head back to the cottage. I sent one last glance back towards Aaron before taking my leave. Thank you. I'll think about what you said. Aaron doesn't answer, but just silently watches me as I walk away. Day 8. There's a certain freshness in the air. On the morning after a full night's rainfall, it's as if the air is clearer. I stand on the main road watching the few drifting clouds above while waiting for Simon to arrive. I'm wearing my full uniform, my sword and my scythe. Ernie is standing nearby waiting just like me. Gavin is next to her. A couple of other villagers are roaming about nearby as well, but I act as if I don't notice. By now the entire town probably knows what is going on. I wonder how many of them are intent on acting as rashly as Tobias if the need arises. Lena, you ready? Simon looks to me. He casts a quick glance at the small crowd around us. We should leave as early as possible. It's a long trip. You have everything you need. And to get the answer before noticing Tobias out of the corner of my eye. Tobias, are we leaving now? Yeah, we thank you for your hospitality, but we have to go. Simon is being cautious as always. The expression on Tobias' face, however, is dark. I see. Then I can't let you go any further. Excuse me? Tobias rose forward, as if illustrating a point. You're not leaving this village. At first Simon just stares at him dumbfoundedly. You're going to fight us? Are you even aware of who we are? Simon's tone of voice slowly changes. You can't stop us. Even trying is treason, if not just pointless and stupid. Tobias doesn't move. Simon takes a step forward ready to demonstrate his authority, but before he even opens his mouth, I interrupt them. Excuse me, sir. Simon stops and looks at me, a little bewildered. What is it? I'm sorry, sir, but I will stay here. You are staying? I have to stay and protect this place against the enemy intrusion. I can't go back to the capital yet and leave these citizens behind. I see. Lena. I watch Simon closely, hoping I don't look as nervous as I feel. This is the first time I have ever stood up against him, as I have never had any reason to before. I don't like abandoning someone like this, but nevertheless. Simon looks down for a moment and sighs. You're right. We can't leave. Going back will take too long with the enemy roaming our lands freely. Sir, I will stay here as well. You are the last one alive on the mission. I can't leave you behind. The last sentence was said in such a low voice that I could only just hear him. No one else noticed. Then, what are you going to do? I don't know, I'm happy of success. I turn away from Simon and face Erin and the other villagers. I will fight. The enemy is few in numbers, and ordinary soldiers know much against Templar. With the help of this village we should be able to win. Erin looks like a little shocked, while Gavin just raises an eyebrow. You will take them on alone? If I have to. There are two of us already. We are not without chance. Alright, then I will join too. You? What? You still think I'll stab you in the back? This is my home too, I intend to defend it. I'm sure you can use anyone capable of handling a sword, and you won't find many of those around here. Gavin. Then count me in as well. Tobias sheddles his sword. His expression barely changes in spite of him suddenly deciding to side with us. I guess to him the goal is still the same. Is his friendship really this fickle? Farewell. Simon shoots another displeased glance at Ivan, obviously unsure of how much of a good idea it is to just let him be. Seems like he still has some convincing to do. I will help you as well. I can't fight, but there must be other things that I can do. Of course, help is appreciated, but I would prefer not bringing more people in danger than necessary. Of course, we can still use support here back in town. Very nods in determination, her sister Mary showing the same expression at her side. We'll have to decide on plan of action. If you could borrow your inn for this purpose, then I would be grateful. Of course, you are all welcome. A quiet buzz spreads through the onlookers. It's strange how the atmosphere changed in just a few moments. It's as if just these last seconds have brought us closer to the inhabitants here than ever before. A welcoming and supportive atmosphere spreads around us. It takes me by surprise, and suddenly I feel anxious about my decision and about whether I will be able to fulfill my ambitious promise to protect the people here. Then I notice Simon stepping up close beside me. I look up and our eyes meet. There is a gentle and supportive look in his eyes, as if he has seen right through my already. Come, Lena. Let's go to the inn with the others. I just nod and follow him towards Aaron's small inn. There's no time to regret my decision now, because there's nothing to regret. Lena. Lena! Erin waves me. She and her sister are still standing outside their inn talking. Hello. That was great, Lena. I'm happy you decided to stay. She smiles, looking honestly happy about my decision. Mary nods and smiles as well. Mary looks more calm and reserved than her sister as usual. The atmosphere certainly has changed all of a sudden. The fighting will take place somewhere away from here, won't it? It will, as much as possible. Hopefully we won't be involving anyone here. At times like this I wish I could fight as well as you do. I feel a little useless. Oh no, not at all. Please don't hesitate to call us for anything you would need. We appreciate someone from the outside wanting to help us. Yeah. Well, I hope it will stay that way. I can't help but think of how someone like Tobias was ready to jump us just a moment ago, but seeing these two looking happy reassures me that I made the right decision. But first I have to rub out the fight before me.